Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na subok. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng
Final showdown para po dito sa ating 9 games this Saturday. Nagbabalik pa rin po kami dito sa XAVIER School in San Juan for the 3rd season of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And para po sa ating final matchup, 18 under showdown po tayo as we will witness Makabago San Juan Mighty Warriors still undefeated here in the league going up against Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Dr. Cristobal still with Coach Pao Layog and Coach Pao for this interesting matchup. I mean, parang magkaiba talaga sila, Coach, ng storya. Now, it's up to Makabagong San Juan as well kung paano nila i-maintain yung run na yun, and also an opportunity naman for Cavite City to reverse things up.
Yeah, of course, both teams, one is at the top of the standings, the other one's at the bottom of the standings. But hey, you never know what'll happen, right? So let's see what'll happen in today's matchup.
Yeah, Coach, 16 under pa lang, parang kakaiba na agad yung pangyayaring yon. But first, let's talk about itong side ng Makabagong San Juan.
You know, San Juan has some college prospects on their team. They're at the top of the standings for a reason. So one kid I'm looking interested to watch today is Sharma. I've been following him. Obviously, he's from the South Green Hills, our partner school with Benilde. So I want to see how he's been developing over the past couple of months.
Really a lot of improvements here on the side of Sharma. Para sa kabilang panig naman, let's talk about Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy.
You know, I think the difficult part is when you're in a losing streak. It's like, what can you get from each game? So of course they've lost 4 games in a row already, but it's for a team like Cavite, they're trying to find something that they can learn from each and every game. So this is great exposure for them, great opportunity for them, and let's see how they'll perform in today's game.
And another opportunity for them to bounce back in tonight's game. Let's not keep you waiting as I turn you over to our venue announcer for our starting 5.
The excitement continues here at XAVIER School, City of San Juan, as we begin the consideration of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. It's the last game of today's schedule featuring the 18 under of Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy versus the Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Now let us meet the starters, beginning with the Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy. At guard number 91, Anton Lopez. Also guard number 24, JUAN Villena. At for number 14, Wiley Paras. Also for number 1, Jaime Hampana. Man on the middle, number 41, Vin Villena. Head coach Sir Ponsit De Vera, assisted by Joper Tabia. Timothy Batod, Mike Bautista, Brent Mentelabar. Team Manager, Wobel Macapagal, Jay Chodoro. Team Owner, Potit Zevera. Now let us meet the starters from your Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. On guard number 11, Roach Matias. Also guard number 30, Sean Howe. At 4 number 7, Zui Nonato. Also 4 number 19, Mark San Benaventura. Man on the middle, number 21, Andre Lumakig. Head coach Sir Britre Roma, assisted by Ricky Alcantara. Team manager Peter Nag. Team owner Renren Ritualo. Our games officials for today's match, Chip Nino Perez. Umpire 1, Nino Bersenos. Umpire 2, Dong Ramos. Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. J.R. Navarro. Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Kate Picasso.
Para sa ating Doray team starters, 18 under on the side of Cavite City, Lopez, Villena, Paras, Habana, and Villena. Sa kabilang panig naman for San Juan, we got Matias, Hao, Nonato, Benaventura, and Lumaking. Again, this is our final showdown this Saturday. Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy going up against Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. Still the Africa Sobel with Coach Pao Layog. At tingnan natin how itong Cavite City will put up a great fight, or what were the adjustments made during training na hopefully ma-apply nila in tonight's game. Early steal here for Cavite City. Sidestep move, a bit of hesitation, pero foul lang tinawag kontra Matias.
It's a good start here for Cavite City, getting a steal. I think they're gonna really have to try and score in transition. Might, the size of the San Juan team, it might be a little bit difficult to score in the half court.
That's Vin Andre Villena. His usual average is at 5 points per game, despite having that 23 minutes of playing time inside the court. Getting the second attempt from the line. Matias and Buenaventura, very familiar teammates here on their end. Sean Howe, known for his outside shots, way too strong this time.
If you're a shooter, you gotta pick number 30, right? I'm sure his favorite player is Steph Curry.
I must say. That's gonna be too short. Securing the leather was on the side of Makabagong San Juan.
San Juan's had a pretty nice flow here. Nice fake there. Floater just misses, but nice offensive rebound.
Although Lumaking will also be having that miss so far. Kita natin mukhang nag-warm up pa rin ang dalawang koponan. Paras meanwhile, selfless in that last sequence, goes to Habana.
Nice finish. One-handed gather and right scoop layup.
You go for the three-point shot, too short off the bounds with 7 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. So for 3 straight wins, meron itong Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. And yung team composition nga nila, very talented ones, as Matias.
Speaking of talented players, this kid is one of the best young prospects that we have right now. That was a very smooth move there.
So sila yung, parang actually parang impression nga or parang tawag sa kanila ni Coach Britt is the showbiz guys. Because if you're really a fan of syempre basketball, specifically yung high school basketball, palarong pambansa stint ni Matias and ni Chog Moral, sama mo pa yung ibang players just like si Andre Ugadan, was also part of Makabagong San Juan. Pero right now, imagine coach, magkakasama sila sa isang team despite competing against each other during the palarong pambansa. Pero syempre, exemption din si Chog kasi antipolo si Moral.
Yeah, but it's nice to see if you have these players. That's the nice thing about this type of tournament, you get to see different players, and I'll use the word personalities. The,
Showbiz guys,
the
sabi nga ni
showbiz
Coach
guys, right?
Brit,
So
yeah.
playing the same team. So it's also nice to see. You get to make friends from different teams then.
Sean Howe, too short in that one. With a jumper. Better range here for Sean Howe.
Got a nice stroke on his jumper there, and hopefully that jumper gets him going.
1 point game. Abana was asking for it here in the corner. Riley missing that one. Great save here for Cavite City, but that ball possession will go on the other side of the court.
You love to see the hustle of these players. You know, they'll just dive out of bounds, throw their bodies around. Okay, great energy.
5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. Sean Howe getting his rhythm early here in the first quarter.
Ganun talaga pag shooter ka. If you see one go in, and then you see another, baka tuloy-tuloy na yan.
Now, I remember talking to Sean Howe last season about, you know, his personal routines. Kung bakit ganito, kaganda yung mga outside shots niya. He talked about how he does outside shots with Sir Renren Ritualo.
Oh,
That's the yeah.
that's why.
That's
Got one
why.
of the best shooters.
Shooters, yeah.
That's his coach. And he just missed a couple of good ones in that last trip there.
But yes, with that dish, choosing Sean Howe, top of the key, going for the 3-point shot. 5 points so far for Sean Howe.
Same play. Nice pass here by Sean.
4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. The white shirts on top here by 4 points. Opportunity here for the guys in black. How will they convert? Go to Dodoro. Paras has it. Great play. Pero ang ganda rin ang depensa dito ng mga nakaputi. Jumper from the corner. Much needed bucket here, making this a 2-point game.
That was a nice jumper for them. Good ball movement by Cavite City in their previous possession. Very, very patient.
And now, the guy you're interested to witness in this game, Ram Sharma, seeing first in action here.
I think Ram is only 17, or he just turned 18, so you know, he's got a lot of potential. I think he also started playing late. Like I think he only played like 15 years old, so he's got a lot of room to grow still.
But I must say, his body is more conditioned this time around. But Sean Howe getting some high fives from his teammates because was able to contribute 8 points already for his team.
You know, I told you get one to go in, and then you're just gonna keep shooting and shooting. And what's nice is his teammates are looking for him. They recognize when he's open, and when he gets his feet set, he's got a nice set jumper.
Now Sean Lucido will also be seen first in action here. A bit of hesitation there for Sean Howe. Ball remains on their end with 6 seconds to shoot.
Yeah, it's nice to see from Sean. He's not only a shooter, he knows how to read and make plays off the dribble too.
Sean Howe right on the buzzer, but that would be a miss. That would be a miss on their end.
I thought that was going in.
You're holding on to your breath. Two minutes and 45 seconds remaining in here.
Sean Roma just checked in the game now. Another solid player for this San Juan team.
I like this matchup as well, Coach, kasi Ivan Laxina, if I'm not mistaken, siya yung sister ni Ivan Laxina who was part of the NU Bulldogs, right now playing the pro. Tapos ngayon, meron ka pang Ram Sharma, yung sister niya naman, Fifi Sharma, was also playing the pros. Tapos, played recently in the Alas Pilipinas. But Sean Howe,
He's on fire right now. He got 11 points, I think.
11 points for Sean Howe. They're on top here by 8 points. Reroma in here. Sharma, way too strong.
Yeah,
Opportunity here.
that's really something Ram's got to work on, is finishing. You know, it's something that it was even evident in the last NCAA championship. But again, he's young. He's got a lot of potential, so I'm looking forward to seeing his college career.
Speaking of outside shots, kayang-kaya rin makipagsabayan dito as Laksina will be delivering here for the side of Cavite. But quick to answer naman itong si Ram Sharma. Yung, I must say, from last season, coach, parang he got more thick in a good way. Parang mas condition din yung body niya.
Yeah, I think he might be a late bloomer. You know, it's like he's still filling out. So let's see how he's gonna look like maybe when he's 20 or 21, because he's still quite young and he just started playing basketball.
Yeah. 3-point shot wouldn't work here on the side of Cavite City. Final 41 seconds dito sa ating first quarter. 18 seconds to shoot. Lucido has it. Ram was asking for it. Although he loses control of the leather. Bola pa rin. Lucido, nasa kanya. Nabitawan na naman ang bola. One-hander. That would work here for Makabagong San Juan, courtesy of Mejia.
Nice touch there from the big man. You know, that's always an advantage for you if you got a soft touch around the basket.
Probably the last possession here. Final 9 seconds of the ball game. Pero line violation ang tinawag.
Yeah, you jinxed them right when you said it. He stepped out of bounds.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but those are like, you know, if you're a young player, a young team, like, you know, those are the turnovers you want to avoid because you're already the last shot. And it's going to be painful for Cavite here if San Juan gets a 2 points or 3 points here.
2 seconds remaining. Lucido way too short with hopefully that finish dito sa ating unang chapter. And at the end nga po of our first quarter, lamang po by 10 points itong side ng Makabagong San Juan. And this is our Chef's Magic first quarter highlights with Sean Howe getting the hot hands dito sa ating first chapter, already contributing 11 big points with even 2 rebounds for his team. Meanwhile, bench players din, Coach Britt trying to experiment his players at the end of our first chapter. 19-9 namang po ang Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic Condiments brings a flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. 10-point game entering ito ating second quarter. Still Daphne Cristobal with Coach Pao Layog. Same players here on the side of the white shirts, but actually, itong si Andre Ogada seen here on their end. Athletic guy, selfless, activating Sharma, overshoots that one.
Mejia with his second basket of the game here. There's so many people, speaking of Ugada, and so many people sent me his clips from Palaro. I was like, wow, this kid is athletic. I hope he's able to round out his game, maybe gain a little bit more muscle, and then let's see how he'll do in college.
Alam ko, Coach, since season 1, kasama na yan talaga under nila Coach Britt eh. So, alam mo yun, pag dito sa junior MPBL, kahit iba-iba silang schools, dito yung commitment nila with Coach Britt.
I think it also goes to show like they trust Coach Britt, that they'll learn a lot from him, and there's continue. The nice part is there's continuity in the program, right? So it's nice to see that.
9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. And Coach, para dito sa, quick recap lang dun sa first quarter, what did you say? Aside siguro dun, Coach, sa pinakita na mga outside shots ni Sean, how on the side naman tayo ng Cavite City?
I think Cavite is having a hard time scoring in the half court. The length and size of San Juan and the ball pressure is giving them some problems. So if you're Cavite, you kind of want to, get some stops and hopefully run out and get some, transition baskets.
Now, already 13-point lead here on the side of Mahabagong San Juan with that reverse by Sean Lucido.
But that was a very well executed sideline play by San Juan there, and it's very evident even from the start of the game that they're very, they're talented, but they still run the system. And that's what's important.
For Sean Lucido, is actually one of the nonchalant players, I must say. Yung parang walang reaction na nakikita. Very silent but deadly. Wouldn't really know kung bigla na lang siyang magko-contribute on the side of Mahabagong San Juan.
Some miscommunication there, I think. I think when you're not... I think Sharma wanted to upseal and Roma's expecting him to rim run.
Now, Sean Howe be back in action here on the side of Mahabagong San Juan. Flying his way in, way too strong. That was off. Gadan meanwhile, way too strong. Tried to control the leather on his way in.
Speaking of Theodore on that previous possession, I'm not sure, but he might be playing or part of UP Team B. I'm not sure because it's under Coach Petit also, so that's a nice thing. These guys will get opportunities playing against high-level competition. There's a hard foul here.
Too much contact underneath. As you see that one more time. That was Ugadan.
Great. Simple play, just lob it up there and Lucido in another basket.
Yeah. Immediately moving forward from that last play. So that was Andre Ugadan and Tubong Banwa.
Nice spin and jumper by Habana.
Sean Howe has the leather here. Balik kay Roma. Last game's best player of the game. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Lucido flying his way in, but unable to get that 2-point production.
See, Cavite, they need that. They need to keep running and running and running because it's going to be hard to score in the half court for them.
Really admire itong si Enzo Uro. Unbothered by that defense right in front of him. But his main goal is to drive to the lane. And right now he'll be having 2 shots from the free throw.
Made basket there by Uro. I think he's the son of Coach Don Uro, who's also worked, I believe, previously with Coach Putit back in TIP.
The reason why itong si Enzo Uro is part of Cavite City MTJH Basketball Academy. But despite coming from, resting for a while for Sean Howe, seems like he didn't lose his rhythm here on this ball game. His team is up here 29-12. Habana trying to answer back, but way too short. Gadan meanwhile, nagmamadali. D has the leather here. Sean Howe, long three, almost. But not quite. That's gonna be an air ball. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Great fake, Uro, but unable to finish, and that cleanup will work on the side of Cavite City, courtesy of itong si Castillo.
Again, that was a transition opportunity for them on that one.
Halfway through dito sa ating second quarter, twirling his way in. Ugadan meanwhile.
Ugadan spin, but then he spun into his teammate. Nagulat din natin yung teammate niya.
Kahit siya actually, coach. Nagulat with that one. Feeling ko for Torres. Sige na nga. Sige na, Dre. Ikaw na to, Dre. Although missing the first one, itong si Andre Ugadan. Taking the second one, usual average at 6 points per game. Right now, Sean Howe with 14 points on this ball game.
Yeah, they can't leave him open. He's had too many good looks so far.
Cabana has the leather here. 2 guys right in front of him.
Yeah, I think Cabana is showing some glimpses that this kid can kind of play. You know, he's been able to attack off the catch. He's hit a nice jumper. So he's got a nice game. I like it.
Uro against Baldomero. Off. Securing the offensive rebound. Will they be able to produce some points here? Failing to do so. Baldomero has it. Ace finding his new home here. Lopez getting some fake here. They got 8 seconds to shoot here for the guys in black. Balik kay Uro. Go for the corner 3 to Lopez. That wouldn't work. Offensive rebound secured. Castillo.
Wow, that was an impressive rebound in the middle of traffic for Castillo. He's not the tallest player there, but he can get up there.
Coming from nowhere was Castillo. Inbound play.
Torres with a steal here.
Torres. It's gonna be off. Baldomero has the leather in here.
They better locate Sean Howe. Here.
Straight drive to the lane, but just not the best finish though. One-on-one, Baldomero with a shutdown.
He sent it out of the playing court, literally.
Ace Baldomero challenging itong si Castillo of Cavite City.
He spiked it out of here.
Ace Baldomero last season played for Valenzuela Classic Juniors. Season 1, parte na rin yan dito for Leyte, on the side of Leyte, but that reverse conversion here on the side of Cavite. 2 minutes and 35 seconds. 14 points to tie things up. What could happen here sa 16 under nga, 16 points. Binaliktad itong makabagong San Juan.
You know, Cavite is actually playing pretty decent defense. It's just they're having trouble scoring the ball and again wasting a fast break here.
Aggressive defense you saw there for Lopez. See that great reverse coming from Villena, scoring his 4th point on this ball game with also 3 rebounds under his shoulders. Donato. That's the leather here. They initiate the offense on their end, but what a finish there for Tober.
That was a nice drive by Tober, and he's been providing us some really nice energy in both ends coming off the bench.
2 points here for Douglas Tober. With the final 90 seconds of this ball game, Castillo was asking for a screen. We go for that dish from the corner. Way too strong, Baldomero. Nasa kanya ang bola. Although offensive foul ang tinawag kontra dito kay Dwayne Nonato. You know, this is actually not his usual outing in comparison to his last season. Maybe he's also finding his groove, yung rhythm niya dito sa 1800 division.
Yeah, you know, it's sometimes it takes some time to adjust, right? Playing against bigger players, so I'm sure he'll find his groove eventually.
Douglas has it one-hander. In and out, Baldomero from nowhere with that reverse. Too short though. Still getting the friendly bounce. Whistle blown by our referee. That would mean a penalty situation already.
You know, Daphne, those type of fouls normally will drive you crazy, but at least the foul came from him wanting to get the ball,
Yeah.
right? So Tober's been showing on both ends that he just wants to go and get the ball. Right? So I'd rather have a player like that than one who's, you know, with no motor.
At least the intention was there to go for the bucket for the leather. And 44 seconds na lamang po. 14-point game. Make this 13-point game. Let's see if we could secure the second one.
Well, they needed that one. They've been having trouble scoring this whole half.
Donato. That's the leather here, looking for a teammate. That spin move.
Nice step through. He was trapped by two defenders and pivoted twice before he stepped through. I don't think that was the shot that CAVITE wanted. They could have waited a bit and probably got the last shot.
Donato initiating the offense on their end. Coach Britt signaling to pass the leather here. Final 10 seconds of the game. 34-17, Sean.
Yeah. Hand check foul there. You got to be a bit smarter, you know. It's really, you know you're in penalty, right? So you can kind of lay off a little bit.
The substitution will be made here in the end game for our second quarter, final 4 seconds. But Donato with a chance to further establish their advantage here in the second. Taking the second time. Final 3 seconds of the second quarter. Paras overshoots that one.
Great
Kuya.
instincts for our cameraman. That was almost like a wreck hit.
Kuya Alex with a bucket! Buzzer beater!
That was a close call.
Taking a look at our second quarter Chefs and Magic. Ating second quarter highlights. We saw how ito on the side of Cavite City, they were trying to answer back with the offensive plays being made here in a way. Mas napatahimik din nila itong si Sean Ha, but also the defense paving the way, especially with those rebounds and those blocks made on the side of Makabagong San Juan. They're on top here, 35-17 para sa ating halftime. Makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors in full dominance at the end of our first two quarters, 35-17. Again, ito po ating final matchup in the 18 under division. During the first half, Sean Howe was really on fire in terms of his outside shots. Para naman sa side ng Cavite City, I must say, medyo yung ibang players medyo nagkakapaan, but you would really see how intentional they are in terms of those drives, yung pag-secure din nila in terms of rebounds. But speaking of rebounds, nangingibabaw nga itong Makabagong San Juan, 27-20.
You know, it's really been their defense that's put them in command of this game. You know, they've been playing a lot of zone defense, using their length to disrupt the offense of Cavite. And Cavite is 0 for 11 from 3 points, so it's going to be hard. It's hard for you to get in the paint to begin with, and if you're not hitting your outside shots, it's really going to be a tough, offensive outing.
And right now, entering itong third quarter, let's find out which players will also provide some hope or spark on the side of Cavite City MTJH basketball. Pero ito, stats-wise nga, ang ibabaw. And yung selfless play din kung sa depensa with that 8 assist made by Makabagong San Juan. And now it's time for our fan of the game. We've spotted someone in the crowd who has been cheering non-stop, full of energy and bringing all the good vibes here in this game. And you know what they say? The coolest fans deserve the coolest iced tea. Congratulations to our fans of the game. Now we are getting a refreshing treat from True Tea Iced Tea, a no sugar added iced tea. Stay cool with True Tea Iced Tea, the goodness of iced tea without the sugar.
You know, Daphne, it must be tough for these kids also to be playing. It's like 9:45. You know, some of these kids probably train at 6 a.m. So this would normally be their bedtime already.
And now entering the third quarter of this ball game. So both coaches, both coaching staff trying to shuffle their players out here. Still Daphne Cristobal with Coach Pao Layog Sharma flying his way in, choosing etong si Lucido. Going for that offensive rebound. Floater one-hander will work.
You know, Daphne, you like to see that from Ram, right? That's really the thing that he's needed to improve on: physicality, rebounding. So it's good to see him going to the glass and, putting in the effort.
Meanwhile, Riley Paras quick to respond from that floater made by Sharma. Lucido, step back three. Too strong. Sharma almost securing that one. Gandang tapik yun. Choosing itong si Sean Howe.
Gotta give credit to Ram. He went to the offensive glass again, got a tip on the ball and tipped it out to Sean. Found his open teammate.
17 big points here for Sean Howe. He has been the soul of Makabagong San Juan here. That dish from Matias. This time, that wouldn't work. Eyeing for that back-to-back threes.
You know, as a guard, and you know that your shooter side, you're gonna keep looking for him.
Meanwhile, Teodoro helping his team out. Just regarding this gap that they have for them. It's all about execution on their end, regardless of the score. Matias utilizing that screen. They go to Howe. Still, this time, that wouldn't work for Sean Howe. Lopez, meanwhile, that dish from the side.
Those are wasted opportunities for Cavite, like those type of turnovers that are, a little unforced.
Bench points on the side of San Juan with 16. Cavite having 9. Lucido. Long two, that would work on their end.
That That was really nice, and your description of him earlier, very quiet kid,
Yeah.
very just playing his game. That was a nice move from him, very in control.
Wala akong maalala, Coach Pao, na nag-celebrate ng, ng point. Etong si Sean Lucido. Some substitutions being made here on the side of the youngsters wearing black. See that long two by Sean Lucido. Matias playing his way in, recognizing his teammates. Great dish, great involvement. Right now they go for Sean.
That was a good extra pass though by Matias, showing why he's one of the highly regarded point guards, up-and-coming point guards. Another good pass from him here.
Oh my goodness. Right in front of us. 20 points for Sean Howe.
You give him a little bit of space, he's gonna let it fly.
No, you would also give credit dun sa mga binibigay sa kanina ng mga teammates niya, yung mga assistant. Recognizing the strength and the hot hands of Sean Howe.
They're really trying to set him up, but credit to Sean also. He's making some of those shots are contested.
Yeah,
They're
especially
tough.
the last one.
Yeah, the last one was contested.
Great fake. Although, not the best finish, overshooting that one, but another offensive rebound here for Cavite City. 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. The fake against Sharma. Great defense. Matias goes to Howe again this time. That will be short on their end.
They're just getting faster paced right now. Both teams are running and gunning. Just letting it fly.
Matias, opportunity to score some buckets here. Selfless, choosing Sean Howe. Too short.
I think Sean's getting a little tired now.
Paras meanwhile with a finish. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Matias asking for a screen granted by Sharma. Another outside shooting here. That wouldn't work. Bombano was securing the leather. Paras. Great execution here on the side of Cavite City.
They gotta keep running. That's their best chance to score. They had 17 points in the first half. They already have 11 this third quarter, and it's because they keep running.
Vienna helping their team out. 3 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. Snatched by Lopez. One-on-one. Wow.
Impressive. That was tough. Took the contact on that one too, although he did initiate it.
15 seconds to shoot for the guys in white. Matias activating Sharma. Really love itong pag-orchestrate ni Matias with his teammates. The connection is already there. And several times kayang-kaya naman to go for those baskets, pero he would always choose to, pass first, I must say.
Yeah, it's nice to see that there's a point guard who's really a pass-first point guard.
Yeah.
Right? He's, as you said, he could have taken a few of these layups already, but he's trying to find his teammates and get them going. Wow, that was a tough finish for Lucido.
I was just observing his facial reactions or his hand gestures, but nothing happened really, Coach Bao.
Probably for him, it's like, it's just another day in the park for me.
Okay.
This is what I do. A lot of subs here. There was no dead ball for probably 5 to 6 minutes there, and guys were just running up and down.
Sean Lucido with that finish against you guys. No foul was called here. Immediately just getting back, getting down. This time to defend, and right now, ito naman, si Roma naman. They'll try to initiate the offense on their end. Also, Roma did a spectacular job in their last outing against Bulacan. Sean Roma produced 13 points. Well, if I remember correctly, he had a slow start. Pero yung second half impact niya talaga yung naging malaking tulong. Also with a win. What a vertical jump there and a finish for Cavite City. Specifically, etong si Lopez scoring his 7th point here on this game. Fast break opportunity, ang bilis and ang gandang production din naman ang binigay sa atin ni Lopez. 7 points and a bonus rebound with 3 assists under his belt. Timeout muna tayo.
You know, Daphne, coming out that time about Coach Britt, you know, some people might be thinking, why is Coach Britt getting so mad? You know, we're up 19, 17 points, right? But for him, he's really trying to impart that mentality that you got to play hard every single possession, regardless of who your opponent is.
Yeah, actually, you know, had a chance to cover numerous tournaments or numerous teams under etong si Coach Britt, yung head coach, whether it's college teams or itong mga young guns. 21 under even college players nga. Pero, you know, for me lang, parang the same talaga yung system na nirarun niya on how he tries to call the shots for these teams. And doon mo makakita na ang gandang disiplina yung in-incorporate niya talaga sa mga batang to.
You can tell from the way they execute their offense. You know, and again, the system leads to an open layup here for Ugadan.
Final 40 seconds here in the third. One-hander wouldn't work. Great rebound secured there by Andre.
Yeah, I think that's the right call by the referee there. Kind of dipped his shoulder a bit on that one.
And look how Coach Britt has been trying to humble itong si Andre Ugadan. No, parang less than a minute pa lang, few seconds pa lang dito, nilabas na, pinalitan agad. After securing that leather, parang iba kasi coach yung hunger niya to score that bucket. Although 20 seconds remaining na lang po dito sa ating third chapter. Sean Roma, main floor general here against Villena. Medyo nakangiti pa nga siya dito. Final 8 seconds. How would they try to finish here? Ankle breaker going for that 3 almost.
Well, I think Sean, when he saw the guy fall, he's like, I gotta shoot this one.
Yeah. Ang second ankle breaker or third, I must say. Just with our third game of covering for tonight. But taking a look at our Chef's Magic third quarter highlights. Ito Cavite City got some scoring inside the paint, but Sean Howe was just too hot to handle. He has been the headache for Cavite City. Also Sean Lucido, so 2 Seans under Coach Britt, producing some points on his end. At the end of our third quarter, 51-32. Entering our fourth quarter, final 10 minutes of this ball game and final game din po dito sa XAVIER School. And tomorrow po, 9 games po ulit tayo in Tanawan City in Batangas. 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Tignan natin kung paano babawi itong side ng Cavite City.
So Daphne, right after this game, diretso ka na sa Batangas? Konting pahinga muna.
Hindi ko na nga rin alam kung ano gagawin ko. Parang medyo kanina iniisip ko na siya, paano ba?
But hey, like we said, you know, it's basketball, right? So
Yeah.
this is a fun, we get to talk about basketball, watch games all weekend. This is what we do.
All love for the game. Whistle blown by our referee. I guess that's gonna be against Habana.
That was a nice roll and a good pass there by the guard. So Tobro in the roll. He knew he could have hit his teammate there, that's why he apologized right after. But it's good that he recognized that his teammate was open.
Missing the first one. And taking a look at our stats para sa side ng San Juan. You know, almost everyone actually from their team were able to contribute some points on their end. Meanwhile, para sa side naman din ng Cavite City actually, ganun din.
Yeah, I think for San Juan, it's everyone's contributing. It's really just Sean Hao who's, you know, exploded.
Yeah.
So you got to give his teammates credit. They recognize that he's hot today, so they've been looking for him.
Villena is the main guard here on their end. Villena has the leather here, going for the three-point shot, too short. Ace. Here's the leather. It's a scoreless here on this game, coast to coast. Denied by Laksina. Although Habana will be challenged by Reroma, all for a holding foul. Double substitution naman ang gagawin dito sa side ng Cavite City.
I wonder how old this Habana kid is. He might be young for... Nice play here for Cavite. Just a sorry miss though.
Tober has it. Goes to Reroma. Directing traffic.
Good offense there. Very unselfish too. He found his teammate there.
Love the connection between these two. 7 minutes and 34 seconds remaining. In and out.
You know what a luxury it is for Coach Britt. You know, he's cut Matias as the starter, or Sean as the backup in today's game, right? Either of them could be your main point guard. So you always have a floor general on the floor who can control the game and organize the offense.
Seven minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Again po, 3 straight wins. Meron itong mga bagong San Juan Mighty Warriors. Not just a school-based team, karamihan mula NU Nazareth School. Pero right now, some key additions. With a lot of players, just like itong si Sharma, who was also part of the 16 under last season. Ngayon, magkakasama na sila dito sa 18 under. Meron din silang Ace Baldomero. So really, I must say, powerhouse team. Meron ka pang ugadan.
Yeah, they're you know, they got a lot of depth on their team. So it's no surprise really that they're near the top of the standings, or at the top of the standings rather. And you know, right now it's looking good for them. It's really because of their defense. You know, you can talk about all the talent they have on offense. They've been quite solid on defense. Sean signaling, I'm good. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
I'ma let it fly.
I'm back here in the fourth. Sean Roma has been the main point guard here in the fourth quarter. Great eye. Seeing ito si Baldomero. First bucket here.
That was a nice spin move for him.
6 minutes and 35 seconds. Lopez has it. Bongbanwa. Gandang tapik din ang ginagawa dito. No those intangibles we're seeing here on the side of the guys in white. Baldomero with that fake. Too short though, unable to go with that finish. On how here from the corner. Hala ko tayo yung swerte dito, coach. Medyo nag-expect na ako doon, Coach Pao eh.
That was a good look for him. But, you know, on that previous possession here for CAVITE, they need this. Keep running.
And that is our pound for pound fitness. Foul count and move. Tubong Banwa. Limited to by just 2 points. At ngayon, 5-point production na nga after that end one opportunity. He was able to complete for his team. But you know, for Tubong Banwa, kahit 5 points siya, meron siyang 7 rebounds. Really, those intangibles helping out itong Cavite City. Spin move by Donato, guarded by Lopez. Corner jumper, that wouldn't work. Baldomero asking it. But caught dancing in the wrong song.
I think Tober is a little too excited there, but I gotta give him credit though. I love the way that he goes to the glass on every single possession. You need guys like that on your team, especially on a team where you have a lot of quote-unquote stars.
Yeah.
You need someone to do the dirty work, right? And he's willing to do it.
21-point lead on the side of Makabagong San Juan. Launching that 3. Making this an 18-point game. I think Tubong Banwa was hearing me out na 5 points. Okay, let's make it 8. 8 points and 7 rebounds for Tubong Banwa. Almost losing connection with that one. Baldomero flying his way in.
Yeah, the defense of Cavite picking up here.
Sharma with that extra pass. Snatched by the guys in black. Less than 5 minutes remaining dito sa ating final chapter. Ace. Baldomero nagmamadali. Sharma trying to clean up that mess.
And that's the thing that the Rams gotta work on, finishing those. I love how Coach Britt's still so intense. You know, you're up 18 points with 4 minutes to go. He's really coaching his players.
Yeah, you wouldn't really see kung are they really in advantage on this game because you know, regardless, parang di nagbabago. Laging nakatayo si Coach Britt. Always, I must say, very hands-on siya sa mga teams at players na nahawakan niya.
It goes to show different styles, no? 'Cause Coach Britt standing the whole game. Kanina sa 16 under si Coach Arvin nakaupo buong game,
Coach,
letting his players coach the game.
Coach Pao, hindi si Coach Arvin yun, promise. That's so not him. It's way different from the last game I covered them against Bulacan. As in like the whole Amorato Sports Complex could really testify na he was shouting during that game.
But interesting strategy earlier in that game where he let the players decide the last play.
Tapos despite that win, wala pa rin siyang reaction. Parang okay. Parang nag-handshake lang siya with the coaches.
Sean was apologizing for every miss. I don't think he really needs to apologize.
Yeah.
You know, he's made some big shots. I mean, that's his role on the team, really.
20-point game. Cavite City trying to hold on in here. Great block on the side of the guys in white. Whistle blown by our referee.
I think they called a technical foul here.
Against who and why? Let's find out.
I'm not really sure. I think he's complaining about something.
Ooh. So that's gonna be against Tubong Banwa.
Yeah, that's really, you know, you can't do that, especially at the youth levels.
Sabi nga nila coach, pag nasa youth levels, habang maaga pa, pinuputol ng sungay.
You really should. Right? You don't want to develop bad habits, and you know you don't want as a young player. You also don't want to have a reputation for being, you know, a hothead, someone who gets a lot of technicals. Because you know, college coaches are looking for guys who can keep their cool also.
Yeah. Aside from these skills, it's really important for players to develop yung magandang attitude nila. Long three wouldn't work for Sean Howe. Securing the leader. Yung guys in black, Teodoro back in action there on their end. Selfless play, medyo nagulat. But offensive rebound secured on their end. Great response there.
Good response for him after picks up a tee, hits a three, says, "Coach, don't worry, I got you."
Sean Howe will try to respond and yes! Successful on that one. Oh my goodness, Sean Howe. You're also giving me some headaches tonight.
Hey, that was not an easy three for Howe on that one. He was drifting to the left. It's a tough shot.
Sean Howe, I got one question for you. How?
Nice one.
Sagutan po tayo ng outside shooting dito for both of these teams, but Riley Paras will have a trip to the free throw area. Of course, his sibling as well, Sam Paras, plays for San Pedro Spartans in the 16 under division. A minute and 50 seconds remaining in here. Meanwhile, taking a pause. Great dish. Just love the energy here by his teammates with Lumaking.
No, I think they're celebrating because maybe he's not the best three-point shooter, and you know he's a big man, doesn't get to shoot a lot of them.
21-point lead here as we see Lumaking launching that one on the side of the guys in white. 4-1. They're up here. A minute and 25 seconds remaining. Baldomero has it. Sean Howe.
They're gonna set up Sean again here in this one.
Di balik sa kanya ang bola. One-on-one, agawan dito. Habana, nagmamadali. Goes to Riley, great fake.
Maybe could have gone up a bit earlier on that one.
48 seconds of this game. Baldomero. Habana meanwhile. Still love the hustle. Etong si Anton Lopez trying to share his team. 9 points for him. Final 30 seconds po sa larong ito. Go to ace. Sean Howe being activated here from the corner. Way too strong. Get challenge made there by Riley Paras. Getting some high fives. Love the sportsmanship. Having some pats in the back.
Yeah, they've been talking since earlier
Yeah.
today, so I think they're really friends. I think they're just gonna dribble this one out.
And that will wrap up our games for tonight as we see this spectacular performance. Still undefeated, no records of any losses. Etong San Juan taking over this game 66-47. Coach Whitley Roma had liberty to shuffle his players and trust anyone that he could, because it seems like anyone could also help his team out in getting this victory on their end. Again, final score po natin 66-47. Huge congratulations po para sa makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors, bagging their 4th victory here in the league. Sean, congratulations. Ikaw ang ating Chef's Magic Best Player of the Game. You were talking about yung outside shots mo. You know, lagi yun nag-improve all throughout from the first up to, syempre, itong season na to. But first, syempre, yung pag-provide mo ng threat doon sa kalaban nyo, talking about Cavite City, early in the first quarter.
Basta the coaches give me the green light always to take the shot. All of my teammates, they have the trust in me to take that shot because they feel that if I start to connect, there's a big chance that the others would also start connecting as well. So I have to thank all my teammates and the coaches especially for giving the trust in me to take that shot always.
I like that you acknowledge also yung mga dish or yung mga assist ng teammates mo. Sean, is there anyone you would like to thank? Your family and friends.
First of all, I would just like to thank God because without Him, I wouldn't be in this position. And I believe that God is really good because He gives me the strength to keep on moving forward. Even though we face trials, setbacks, He's always there to help me and pick me back up where I am. So, and my parents always tell me to keep on being grounded as well because I think they taught me well.
Again, Sean, congratulations for helping your team in bagging win number 4 here in the tournament. Again, you're our Chef's Magic Best Player of the Game. Also, we'll be recognizing our Hustle Club Defensive Player of the Game and also our Don Benitez Assessment of the Game. Sending it back to you guys.
Okay, of course, for the Hustle Club Defensive Player of the Game, one of the up-and-coming bigs in the high school ranks, Ram Sharma. And for our Don Benitez Assist Man of the Game, Roji Matias, showing why he's one of the highly regarded point guards in the high school ranks.
Once again, huge congratulations for makabagong San Juan Mighty Warriors, bagging their fourth straight win dito sa ating tournament. No records of any losses. At syempre po, wrapping things up for our game highlights, immediately setting up the tone was Sean Howe from his outside shots. And you know, from that interview, he was really acknowledging yung naging trust ng kanyang teammates because without those trust from the coaches and from the teammates as well, hindi niya rin makukuha yung mga outside shots na yun. At syempre, nagkaroon din naman sila ng mga contribution. Matias from his assist at syempre Sharma also with his rebounds. Overall performance, credit din syempre sa coaching staff at syempre para dito kay head coach Brit Reroma. Again, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumubaybay ngayong gabi for our 9 game slate. This has been Daphne Cristobal with Coach Pao Layog, and on behalf of course, itong production team, this has been the 3rd season of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Maraming salamat po and good night. See you all tomorrow.
Liga ng